Sony India has kicked off pre-registrations for the Xperia X and Xperia XA smartphones. Interested consumers can sign up on the company's India website to be the first ones to know about the details of the new Sony Xperia X and XA launch offers and price. The company is expected to announce the pricing of the Sony Xperia X and Sony Xperia XA smartphones near release. To recall, Sony at MWC 2016 introduced the all-new smartphone X series with the launch of the Xperia X, Xperia XA, and the Xperia X Performance. It's worth noting that Sony has not kicked off pre-registrations for the Sony Xperia X Performance, indicating that it may launch that model later in the country, if at all. The Sony India website doesn't indicate whether the handsets launching in India will support dual SIM. The company had also launched dual SIM variants of the models, the Xperia X Dual and Xperia XA Dual. Back in February, the Xperia X and the Xperia XA went up for pre-orders via e-commerce retailers in the European region. While the Sony Xperia X was listed with a price tag of €599 roughly $45,000, the Xperia XA was listed for €299 roughly $22,500. We can expect the India pricing of these handsets to be around the European pricing. Sony at its MWC event had announced that the Sony Xperia X and Sony Xperia XA seen below smartphones would be available in white, graphite black, lime gold and rose gold colors. They will go on sale from summer 2016. Sony_Xperia_XA_black.jpg. Both Xperia X and XA smartphones run Android 6.0 Marshmallow with company's UI on top. The Sony Xperia X features the 5-inch Full HD 1080 x 1920 pixels tri-luminous display for mobile-powered X Reality for Mobile engine, a 23-megapixel rear camera with an f/2.0 aperture and a 1/2.3-inch XMR sensor, predictive hybrid autofocus, and pulse LED flash, 13-megapixel front camera with an f/2.0 aperture, 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB inbuilt storage. Expandable storage support up to 200 GB via microSD card, and 4G LTE support. The Xperia X packs a Qualcomm Snapdragon 650 processor. The Sony Xperia X measures 142.7 x 69.4 x 7.9 mm and weighs 153 grams. It is backed by a 2620 mAh battery. The handset's dual SIM version packs 64 GB inbuilt storage. Also see Sony Xperia X vs Sony Xperia X Performance vs Sony Xperia XA. The Sony Xperia XA features a 5-inch HD 720 x 1280 pixels display powered by Mobile Bravia Engine 2. It is powered by a MediaTek MT 6755 coupled with 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of built-in storage. Much like Xperia X and Xperia X Performance, the Xperia XA also supports expandable storage via microSD card up to 200 GB. The Android 6.0 Marshmallow smartphone sports the 13-megapixel camera with XMR for mobile sensor, hybrid autofocus, and LED flash. It also houses an 8-megapixel front camera. It is backed by a 2300 mAh battery, measures 143.6 x 66.8 x 7.9 mm, and weighs 138 grams.